What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the first ever John Squared Game Awards. My name is John Townsend. Joining me is John Rayfield. John, how are we feeling tonight?
We're feeling all right. I'm real excited. I can't wait to see who takes home the big prizes.
Yeah. By big prizes, we mean just a hand clap and maybe a mention on Twitter from us, um,
That
until we
is
can afford to send you something, um, which we anticipate.
maybe if we were to get invited to the Game Awards for real, do some networking, we could.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
balls in your
So
court, Geoff.
Shout out Jeff though. We love you for real. We love Canada collectively. Uh so we're going to get right into the first award tonight, which is the Nintendo Game of the Year. This is just defined as the best Nintendo console exclusive. So the nominees are Metroid Dread, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Mario Party Superstars, Super Mario 3D World / Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together. John, we have anything to say about the nominees before we announce the winner?
Uh, Big fan of Wario. Not to be biased, but I wouldn't mind seeing him carrying home the trophies.
Yeah. He's got a lot of room in the overalls for the trophies.
Gotta get big for that
Uh,
fucking wagon he's crawling around.
all right. I got the winner right here. Um, your mortgage is that's sorry,
Oh
wrong
no,
one, not wrong one. Uh,
easy
okay, here
mix
we
up.
go. And the winner for Nintendo Game of the Year is Super Mario 3D World / Bowser's Fury. Congrats, the Italian plumber and the angry uh, turtle thing. I absolutely love this game. I really did. I was shocked when I got to. I mean, I knew what Super Mario 3D World was, but playing Bowser's Fury was it, honestly, since it came out in February, feels like a lot of people forgot about how insane this was for Mario. I mean, it was like a almost like a demo for a Mario Breath of the Wild style game. You just had all this open area to do whatever. I really hope that's where they go with Mario next. But congrats to uh, Nintendo and Super Mario 3D World / Bowser's Fury. John, you got the next
Gracious.
award.
Next award is the best slide mechanic, and this is the one. Oh, I slurred like I'm having a stroke. Best slide mechanic. It's the best feeling slide mechanic in an ongoing or new game. Nominees are Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, uh, Far Cry, Fortnite, and Halo Infinite. And yeah, right here. Just- The winner is Far Cry 6.
Congrats. Congrats to
Congratulations.
Ubisoft. Um, hey.
Ubisoft.
So yeah, but this was pretty high on both of our lists.
Yeah.
This was the low key sleeper. Um,
This game was better because we did a whole episode on this throughout the
yeah,
year where I shit on it basically, and then I played it, and honestly, pleasantly surprised. It was really good.
yeah, and in terms of just the slide mechanic, it felt really good. It actually
Yeah.
felt better. It was my number one vote when we were voting for this. I absolutely loved it. That you could, for me, it's about the momentum, but also being able to stop your momentum. Otherwise known as a slide cancel, and it felt perfect in this game. Not only would I say this is the best slide mechanic in the game this year, I think it is probably my favorite slide mechanic in any game I've ever played. So, s you know, Ubisoft's got a an arena shooter coming out next year. Uh, if they implement this, it's got a huge plus coming from me. Um,
I sure will be out. I I did enjoy this though. I like being able to just run as fast as I can. and then slide directly into someone's legs and just fucking drop them.
Yeah, yeah. All,
That
like
is
if imagine being able if you're like sliding into somebody in like Call of Duty and it actually like I don't know,
knocks them.
not stuns them completely, but at least like it like makes them not be able to shoot you right away. I don't know.
Well, I
They
mean,
did it right.
it's like a melee, right? I mean, except for you're taking out their legs. They can't stand back
Yeah.
up. You win.
But I mean you can still shoot without legs.
Yeah, but if you kick them in the back, they're like,
Yeah. You know, it's just something to think about, Call of Duty. Not that you'll ever do anything different because
you
it's
don't
just
care
not what
about
you
the
do.
players.
Next award, we got the sexiest game of the year. We
Oh,
define this by the game with the best graphical fidelity and performance. The nominees are Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Deathloop, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, and It Takes Two. And the winner is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Um, Yeah, we both. This was our highest one, highest rated game for this category. It just looks phenomenal. You say what you want about the formula or whatever, you can't take it away. The
this
graphical
game
fidelity.
felt it looked the most next gen. Like this felt like an actual like the first big step towards where they're headed, you know?
Yeah. Um, for them to have the for me another big thing for this category was um like having the fidelity and the performance mode, something that like Insomniac, and actually it's becoming way more common now, but Insomniac started this generation with Spider-Man Miles Morales having that, having different modes you could play on that like kind of pushes console games a little bit closer to PC in terms of like just options on how you want to play, where you could have that 4K, like true 4K, 30 frames per second, and it looked amazing. And then you
Yeah.
could drop some of the fidelity. I believe it's 1080 or like 1440p upscale to 4K, at 60 frames per second, which is what I played at. And even then, it just looked and played phenomenal. So, yeah, 100%. I shout out Deathloop and Guardians of the Galaxy. Those games look absolutely phenomenal. The art styles were great, but Ratchet and Clank really just,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it was nothing came close to it really. As good as those other games looked, nothing came close to this.
yeah. All right, you're up next.
Oh, I get the good one.
Yeah, you do.
This one is not really an award, not so much an honor. I'd say actually the opposite of an honor.
Yes.
This is the cringe fuck of the year. This is the we like to give uh this title to absolute trash, cringy fuck human beings. The games industry would be better without. Um, and this year that goes to Bobby Kotick, the dumb piece of shit at the head of Activision Blizzard.
Congrats, you piece of
Uh,
shit.
he he not only allowed sexual harassment and assault to take place in the company for
Yep.
years, uh, also threatened the life of one of his staffers.
Yeah, participated in it. Um,
Yeah,
to
and
some
on
extent,
top of
yeah.
that, still has a job.
We're really hoping 2022, you don't win this award, because you won't be in the games industry anymore. That's what we're really hoping for. But yeah, fuck off, buddy. Hope you get what's coming to you. Um, and
Hit
I
by a
almost
bus.
I almost wanted to put this in a later award, but I think this just deserves some recognition by itself.
Oh yeah, I mean
Personally,
he's a grade A piece of shit. Allegedly, he's a grade A piece of shit.
yeah.
Um,
So
and the company as a whole is worse off because he's part of it.
yeah,
The entire industry is worse off because he's part of it.
that's correct. Next up, we have the Xbox Game of the Year, obviously defined as the best Xbox console exclusive game. The nominees are Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, Microsoft Flight Simulator for console, and The Artful Escape. John, we have anything to say about the nominees before we announce the winner?
Um, yeah, not to sound like a biased judge again, but I've never heard of the Artful Escape.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I actually played a little bit of this game. It's I believe it's on Game Pass. But yeah. So Psychonauts 2 was awesome. Um,
Xbox is the games that came out that are like Xbox games,
yeah.
like Psychonauts was on PS5, but it's an Xbox game,
Right.
were incredible. Uh, not they were really really fun, and they kept you hooked.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Towards the end of the year they really knocked it out of the park. I also did realize as I was reading that this was an Xbox console exclusive award, and Psychonauts was on there. Um, I forgot those on PlayStation platforms, but anyways, who cares? Fuck off if you have a problem with it. The winner
This
of
is our fucking
Xbox,
award show, all
this
right? You
is
piece of shit. Make your own
the
award show, and you can change it.
the Xbox Game of the Year for 2021 is Halo Infinite. Congrats 343 Industries. You guys absolutely killed it. Yeah, so it didn't matter if Psychonauts uh was there or not. It wasn't going to win with Halo there. That was both of our top picks for Xbox Game of the Year. Yeah, I've just been loving every second of Halo. We've acknowledged the flaws that it has, but still,
They're ironing them out
just
slowly.
yeah, yeah. I absolutely just can't get enough of it.
I think every game should have a grappling hook going forward.
It is Xbox's like the the sale thing. I forgot the parachute for like Breath of the Wild. This is their like it feels like we're gonna have this being in a lot of other games the way that like the sailing has other
I
open
hope
world
so.
games. Yeah, yeah, me too. 100%. Oh, true.
Next,
True.
yeah, it's you guys can't fact check us. It's 4:30 in the morning here, so you know. Uh, Next award, the bruh moment of the year. Uh, any moment that made you say bruh. Nominees are GTA Trilogy remasters, uh, Abandon, Nintendo Switch Pro, NFTs, Xbox Live Gold 2 times the price. And the winner is Abandon.
Yeah, congrats.
Congratulations. What the fuck are you? And when are you coming out?
Yeah,
Are you
so
real?
really when you think about this, like the other like the GTA trilogy remasters, that the Nintendo Switch Pro that ended up just being an OLED Switch, a regular Switch with OLED slapped on it. Like all these other things have some so much bigger consequence to them, but when you just think about Abandoned and the way that it was just complete, it was trending on Twitter, like everyone was convinced that it's Hideo Kojima, like the way that the media and it really okay, so yeah, the developers were playing into some of this to get hype, but the media really took it and they really ran with it. um
But like
and
also they did nothing to help themselves at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then they just dipped. You haven't heard anything in months.
Yeah, well, actually, there is a when I logged into PlayStation the other day, it came up again, and it looks like we're getting something early next year, another part of the app. But yeah, they botched this. It started off and it seemed like it was genius, and then it quickly we realized that it was
Dog shit.
actually, yeah, it was terrible. A game that
I mean,
I was excited to play this game when I heard about it back in April. Um, I was excited to give it a try just knowing it was an indie game and that it looked
yeah,
cool. And then when this all happened, it was just like, oh, like I never ever could have imagined this
it dude,
happening.
so bad so quick. Like
Yeah,
literally in like 2 months, it was like, "Oh, this game looks fun," to "Holy shit, what the fuck is going on?"
to developers getting fucking death threats over it. It
Yeah.
was yeah, awful. Just major bro moment. Shout out to the Nintendo Switch Pro. Um
Bruh.
yeah. you everyone we had like actual games journalists or not journalists, insiders who have good track records saying this pro model is being announced before E3 is being announced in
Oh,
during
yeah.
E3, and then we just get Nintendo Switch
Every
OLED model.
every, like, every other month, I felt like there was another article like, "Oh, 4K Switch is coming," and then
Yeah.
it just never fucking came.
Yeah, I do think that we're getting it next year still. I don't think Switch is ever playing a native 4K game. I think it's going to be like upscaled. Um,
Here we go.
but
No, just keep going.
but yeah, it was just so funny. I just remember when I saw the announcement, knowing how pissed Nintendo fans are were at the time. Um, yeah, it was great. Absolutely loved it.
Bruh.
There you go. I was wondering what you were doing. All right,
Bruh.
you got the next one.
I just did this one. You got the next one. What are you talking about?
Oh, what? Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. All right. The next award is the Bangin' Soundtrack Award. Game with best soundtrack. Um, the nominees are Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Halo Infinite, Deathloop, Super Mario 3D World slash Bowser's Fury, and Psychonauts 2. The award for Bangin' Soundtrack goes to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Shout out.
Shut
It would
up.
it would have been a crime if we didn't recognize this game at all today. Um, I feel like it didn't get the recognition it deserved at the Game Awards a few weeks ago, just because this game I really think was okay. Yeah, it was a sleeper hit, but also like if we look past the fact that it was unexpected, even if we had expectations for it, it still just delivered. In my opinion, it just I absolutely love this game. The soundtrack, sure, it has licensed music, but if I start a game up and I instantly get rickrolled, what I have no choice but to give it soundtrack of the year. Yeah, the sound
Disrespectful.
not only do they have great licensed music in this game, but they use it right. It feels so good when you're coming out of a huddle and like shit's picking up in the fight, and then you just have like music from the 70s and the 80s kick in, and you're just like rocking. And yeah, I absolutely just I can't say enough good things about this game. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the retro kind of thing for Deathloop really hit. It's also like the
Yeah,
chanting in
yeah.
Halo got me
The
all fired up.
Halo soundtrack did hit. I know you didn't play it, but um Bowser's Fury
Oh,
is I this was another sleeper for me. Another one I think a lot of people forgot, but when you were fighting Bowser at the end of Bowser's Fury, some of the music went really hard. I mean, it's like electric guitar. It was super hype. And it was one of the more memorable things for me this year. So definitely had to give that a nomination. I absolutely love that game's music too.
on to the next one.
It sure is.
Uh, oh, this is my fucking award, baby boy. So, next category. Horniest game of the year, delivered by the horniest boy east of the Mississippi. That's me. The only nominee and winner. Oh no, yeah, Resident Evil Village, specifically for Lady D, who genuinely, fake or not, I want to punch me in the mouth until I have no more teeth.
Yeah, this award, I obviously, the way that I defined it was whatever game made the most spilling of gamer goo happen. It absolutely was. It was this game. It Lady D took over Twitter. It took over Reddit. It was just full of
Took
horniness.
over my nighttime alone time.
Exact, dude. It just really it took gamers. It united us for a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
there were
yeah,
no more
this
console wars. Only Lady D.
yeah, to me this is a game of the year. This should be the game of the year award. Um, this is more, I hold this at a higher prestige than
Hear that, game
game of the year.
developers? You put big fat knockers in a game, and we're gonna give it Game of the Year. So take that in your next project.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so shout out Resident Evil Village. Beside
Shout out Lady D.
beside the knockers, I will say I really did love this game too. I loved the Lady Dimitrescu castle. Um this is another one. It came out like in May, so it did get recognized. It was nominated for Game of the Year back at the Game Awards. Um, so it did get recognition, but I feel like the conversation was up and then down very quickly, and we kind of moved on. But yeah, I this one it's fun to look back, and I actually kind of want to. I feel the urge to kind of go back and play it again because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, didn't play it, didn't care. Just saw that fat wagon and loved it.
There you have it. Next award is the PlayStation Game of the Year. This is defined as the best PlayStation console exclusive game. We have four nominees for this one. We have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, Deathloop, and Kena Bridge of Spirits. And the award goes to Deathloop. Xbox's Deathloop. Yeah, it's interesting. Um,
Xbox's Deathloop.
it's Microsoft Game Studios Deathloop. Um, feels kind of strange. This is Bethesda's like swan song on PlayStation platforms. Um, this
R.I.P.
was just, oh my god, man. Talk about a game that hooked me. Um, I couldn't stop playing this game when it came out, and even after, this was one of the rare games where after I beat it, I jumped right back in, and I wanted to keep playing, and I wanted to get every possible, um, like side quests and side like slabs, and I wanted to get everything.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know if there's been a game, since Breath of the Wild that made me want to just kind of exist in the world. Like I wanted to go around and like I didn't have an objective. I would start the game and I would just start a loop and I wouldn't have any objective. I would just kind of go and, feel things out. Like listen to what people are like conversations people are having because they did such a great job with NPCs and this stupid dialogue, stuff like that. I absolutely loved this game. They nailed it. Arcane did. So congrats to them.
that was the trap for me. Is I still haven't finished this game because so much stuff happened like right after it came out, and so many other games came out at the same time. Um, but I spent so much time. I'd get into a loop and not do the mission. I would just look around for like bonus shit and like listen to people and do all that, and it was fun.
Yeah. I obviously we Ratchet and Clank won sexiest game of the year earlier. I did love that game. It was phenomenal. Returnal was amazing. PlayStation for having like a lower key year. Um, the games that they did have these four nominees,
Good.
um, they're all just phenomenal games. Like I would recommend every single one of these games to anyone. Yeah, I just they killed it this year, and then we have a big year coming up next year.
I
This
was gonna
award in
say
particular next year is going to be hard.
they got hitters coming next year too. It's
Yeah.
nonstop.
the next couple years, and even more that we don't even know about. So yeah, exciting time to be a PlayStation console owner, a PS5 console owner.
Yeah.
Sorry for anyone who can't get their hands on one. Couldn't be me though.
Oh, got him. Uh, for the next one, we're gonna throw it over to our friend and confidant, uh,
My
young
brother
Zach Townsend.
presenting the Boys Award. Zach, take it away.
Hi, I'm Zach, the brother of John T. and the brother of John R. Today, I've been asked to come on to present the Boys Award. And really, I am so excited to be here. I mean, I cannot express it enough. I've been trying to come on since the start of the show 26 episodes ago, and they've been telling me that my name either has to be John or it has to be some sort of special occasion. And honestly, I've been trying to legally change my name to John since then, but I guess the United States has reached their quota for straight white men named John this year, so I'll try back again next year. Until then, I am here to present an award. And really, it is such an honor and a privilege to present the Boys Award. This award, it means so much to me, as I'm sure it does to each and every one of you. It embodies how every Friday night for the past few years, we'd get together, have a few drinks, and just game. Your nominees for the Boys Award are Apex Legends, Back for Blood, Call of Duty Warzone, Dead by Daylight, and Halo Infinite. And your winner, Halo Infinite. Congratulations. And thanks for having me. Please, honestly, please, have me back soon.
Wow. Thanks, Zach. What
Yeah,
a
congrats to Halo Infinite taking home your second award of the night.
you
Yeah,
did so much for the boys this year.
yeah, this that award means a lot to us. It's, that's a pillar of our week. It's always the moment I look forward to. So shout out Zach and shout out Halo Infinite.
Shout out.
We'll have you on the show. We definitely will have you on the show soon, brother.
Yeah, we'll
Love you.
see.
All right. So next up we have the John Squared Game of the Year. Um,
Bring
I
in the
will
real title.
read.
It's John Squared Gaming Game of the Year.
Yes.
Trademark.
Trademark. The nominees are Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Halo Infinite, Returnal, and It Takes Two. We'll talk a little bit about these nominees before we announce the winner. Um,
Yeah.
all of these games absolutely phenomenal in a year where games have been delayed with COVID and all, like, it just seemed like we weren't going to get a lot. Like last year everyone's, don't expect big things next year, like the COVID really hit everyone hard. For it to be like a year that no huge your Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, like that, those style games didn't come out. We had a lot of bangers this year. Um, and
It's
I
it's weird. It's weird to like look back and see what's actually coming. Like, cause it's weird to think the year is up. I guess is what I'm going for. And like all these
Yeah,
games came out this year, cause it feels like they came out over the past like 2 years.
right,
Like I
right.
forgot half of them came out.
I like we didn't really recognize Hitman 3. But that was this
Yeah.
year. That was the start of this year. That was and that when I remember when Hitman 3 came out, and I'm like I liked it, but it was like I felt like that was gonna be around the like level of games that we were gonna get. Now I know it's a AAA game, and yeah, but I did not expect all of the games that did come out in like Returnal and Guardians of the Galaxy and like It Takes Two. These all these like sleeper hits. Um, like I really to me coming into this year it was like I did have my eye on Kana. It was Deathloop and Halo, and we got so much more, and it's so exciting to have all of these. And this was genuinely a hard decision for me to list. but and to vote for because
Yeah.
I just loved every single one of these games. But John, go ahead and announce our game of the year.
I have it right here in this totally full envelope that you can't see the inside of. And the winner is Halo Infinite.
There's your
Me.
game of the year. That's the John
I
Square.
mean,
Oh
oh no,
no. Oh
oh,
no.
oh no.
That's your
I
John
made this for
Square
you.
game of the year trophy. Um
Please accept it.
yeah, 343 send us your address. We'll send that over.
We'll ship
Yeah,
it to
this
you. Oh
so
no.
the Halo Infinite, like I said, was the game I was looking forward to most coming into this year. Um, it was a game that I was
Yeah.
nervous as fuck about because I needed it to be perfect, and I guess I didn't need it to because it's not a perfect game, but it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The campaign caught me in a way that I didn't expect it to, and then the multiplayer just rocks really hard.
I remember specifically on this show, the two of us both saying, "Well, what if it's bad? I hope it's not bad. That would suck if it's bad." Both of us
Just one of
together in
us.
unison saying that. No, it was both of us. I remember
Oh,
that
okay.
perfectly. I have the greatest memory of any man. Um, and it's a good thing it wasn't. It turned out to be. This is the first Halo campaign I've ever played, which is, try to roast me in the comments. I'll call you a virgin. But I really really enjoyed it. Made me want to go back and actually play through the other ones, as awful as they look.
Yeah. Yeah. With Halo 5, playing that campaign and it just not being very good, left a lot to be desired. Um, and really, the campaign to Halo 1 and 2, I mean 3 is my favorite. But the campaign of 1 and 2, they're very incomplete without each other. So like I don't know. I feel like and we're not going to get into any spoilers obviously, but the campaign for Halo Infinite, it feels like it's a hard reset. They tell a great story and it actually brought about more emotion than I remember in any other Halo game. The writing is phenomenal in Infinite, and then it gives us a launch point for whatever comes next. And so I think they just did a really good job with that.
You do you think they add on to this like Destiny, or do you think that they come out with a new game in like a couple years?
No, no, this is it for 10 years. Like it's going to be like I think it's going to be like events added and um like
More
story
campaign type
missions.
thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That would be sick. That would be cool.
Um
Especially if I don't have to pay for it. If I have to pay like $20 every time they put out 3 missions.
it's just it's Game Pass, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's going to be like campaign like story events that you play and obviously we're going to have co-op, which I can't wait for because that was the biggest thing this year, or when I was playing through this game, was just missing out on co-op and wishing that was there. But yeah, um
That'll be early next year, right?
probably around April or May. So we have a little bit of ways
Yeah,
to
so
go.
we'll have a. I'm calling our shot now. We're gonna have a nice drunk playthrough of the campaign together.
Yeah, I'm in for sure. Um, but yeah, the campaign, like I said, isn't perfect, but the multiplayer, that's only half of it. The multiplayer still, it feels
Hits.
phenomenal. It
Yeah.
is so fun to play, and I listen. What I'll say is, although I obviously still recognize the flaws in the battle progression system, I'm coming around to it now with the tweaks that they've made. I think I'm at a point where I actually enjoy it now. I wish it wasn't so dependent on the challenges, um,
Yeah.
but it is fun
Even
to rip through those and okay, so I need to make sure I get 10 kills with the battle rifle. Okay, let me jump
yeah.
over to ranked, or let me jump over to tactical, or let me jump. So they still got a little bit of work to do, but it just feels despite all of these flaws that I'm mentioning, it still is just it feels
And
so good.
I I will say the only thing that kind of my only knock right now towards that system is that you have to play competitive, like you have to play ranked. I don't like that. Uh, Other than that, I think the missions have gotten a lot better. I
Yeah,
think the entire battle pass has gotten so good that I actually was convinced to buy it. Um, which
that's
I
what's up.
wasn't gonna do, but
Yeah,
it I feel like they're going in the right direction and they're gonna keep going in
for
that
sure,
direction.
for sure. Yeah, um, and what I'll say is, with even with the microtransactions and this being a free to play game and stuff, um, like when you take a step back from everything and you're just I'm gonna play this game, like just play it for fun, like Halo 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, this shit didn't matter. It was just playing it because you loved the game. And so I think myself and a lot of people are so caught up in the progression and your level and your cosmetic and all this stuff, and just like when you take all that shit away, the game at its core is just phenomenal and it's fun to play. And there are plenty of times where I go into the games and I'm like, I don't care about the progress. I don't care about the battle pass things right now. I just want to I want to win and I want to have fun. And that's what this game is. It's a game, despite it coming out this month, it's the game that I have the most hours logged into this year.
I mean, that's so I as like a to build up like play off what you just said. The other day I was playing, it's like I just want to like zone out. I just want to
Yeah.
play something.
Yeah.
And one of my missions was to get melee kills. I think it was like 15 from behind.
Yeah.
I wasn't even using my gun. I was just picking up a grappling hook and chasing people. And like I didn't care about kill to death. I didn't care about winning. I just cared about like
Yeah.
trying to have fun with it.
Right.
And I did.
Yeah. I think the last time I checked, I have like 4 days in this game. Um,
Jesus
you can
Christ.
check your stats. Yeah, dude, I'm obsessed with it. Before we get off of this, my highest ranked game was Deathloop. Like I said earlier, I absolutely love this game. Um, Ratchet and Clank was also phenomenal.
Yes.
I think they did a lot of good things. Yes, the biggest knock on Ratchet and Clank was they stuck to the formula, but it works and it was really fun and it was another game where you can just, you know, immerse yourself in the world
But I
and
think
get
whatever comes next, they can build off of this. I mean, I don't. We're not going to do spoilers yet, but they set it up so that they can slightly alter the formula
yeah,
in the next one.
yeah, and but like that's just what Ratchet and Clank is, and they just did such a
Yeah.
great job with it. I absolutely love that game. Um, Returnal, to me, if we had like a sleeper pick of the year, Guardians would be up there, but Returnal was it for me because this was a game that was showcased last year, and I was interested, and it kind of just came out at a time where I was like desperate for a PS5 exclusive game, and I fell in love with this game. It is so good. It's so addictive. The gameplay feels so good. And then just learning the systems. A lot of it has to do with risk and reward. The parasites, where it has a pro, but it also has a con. Can you manage that con? And then you're risking that because you're on a loop, and when you die, you start all over. So
It's not a game that I could play because I get too frustrated for stuff like that. I'm not roguelites and stuff aren't my thing. I can't do them. Uh but watching other people play was so fun.
yeah, man, and it's one of those games that I'm sure it's like a Dark Souls style, like that thrill of when you're successful and you finally
Yeah.
do it. Um Contrasted with the like just devastated heartbreak whenever you get so close and you die. Um yeah, I liked this more than the Dark Souls games that I've tried. Cause I mean, it's a difficult game. This game is very fucking hard too. It beats your ass. Um, I don't know where it ranks in terms like compared to a Dark Souls game, but I just prefer this style of gameplay a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, and then It Takes Two, Game of the Year for the Game Awards. Major shout out to It Takes Two, game that I play with my wife. Um,
This one game of the year?
yeah, yeah. I love that it got recognition there. This game was like again such a sleeper hit. It was a game that I expected to, I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna play along with it with my wife, and then I ended up falling in love with it, and my wife loved it too. And um, yeah, really cool, really just phenomenal game. Really recommend that and that's a game you can recommend to anybody who has a friend. So
Now, this is uh oh boy. That's the game that you guys played on stream for your birthday, right?
yep,
The two like divorced parents or the parents that were fighting or whatever.
yeah, yep,
Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, I can see it now.
yeah. Um, but yeah, anything to add for the game of the year?
Uh can't think of her name, but actress who played Lady D. We have DMs. You can hit my personal ones or the John. You can hit us at John Squared Pod on Twitter. Just ask for John R.
Resident
For
Evil
me.
wasn't even nominated for game of the year.
Oh no, I'm talking.
Before
I'm I don't care about that. I'm talking about Horniest game,
okay,
Lady D specifically.
gotcha.
You know,
Um,
I am available. I'm not rich, but I have $20 that I
hmm,
could pay for like Burger King. Consider it.
yeah. It's not always about. And she's rich, so like like you don't need money. It's already taken care of. Um, Before we end the awards, one thing that I wanted to do, since obviously in a couple days it's the end of the year, um, John, do you have a 2022 um, gaming resolution?
Um,
If you want time to
anything,
think,
anything involving games.
yes.
Yeah, my 2022 resolution is to do this full time.
Okay. Mine's a little different. Mine is I've been thinking about this a lot lately, actually, and um, I feel like I haven't been playing as many games lately, and I was struggling to find like the reason why. And I think I pinpointed it. And so my resolution is to stop caring as much about the performance of games and just get back to playing games and loving them. I got into this, like having a PC and these next gen consoles and all of this stuff, and I got into this mode where it's like I want the highest frame rate and the highest like resolution to. I got into this mode where whatever I was playing, I was trying to find the most optimized version of it, and I just realized that like that's not why I love games in the first place. I love the technology, and I'm going to continue to like obviously be excited about stuff like DLSS and stuff like that, but I feel like my focus shifted to that type of stuff where I started anytime I start a game on PC, I spend the first hour and a half flipping through
Yeah.
settings, finding the ones that I like. And it's like just fucking play the game, dude. And so that my resolution is to just stop being so anal about this stuff. Um,
Yeah,
it
come back over to my side, where we don't care.
Yeah, no, 30 frames per second can still fuck itself.
All
But
right.
it's just it's fine. It's if the game is fun, it's fun. And the way that I kind of figure this out is I was playing Halo Infinite on my PC a lot, and I'm getting 100 plus FPS, and just the hassle going through it and setting everything up versus clicking or just turning my Xbox Series S on and playing at 60 frames per second and just loving it still. I loved it just as much at 60 frames per second as I loved it at 100 plus. And so it's just like, remember, that's why you love playing games. Like it's the games themselves. And so yeah,
See,
my resolution is
alternatively,
just get
yeah,
back
finish.
to
Sorry.
my resolution is just to get back to loving games for the reason that I love them before.
Yeah, I mean, alternatively, I just got a Series S for Crimbus, and oh boy, it runs so smooth. Like
Comparatively to the Xbox One version, yeah.
the 60 frames per second. Oh my god. I I've been sending the boys pictures because I have been chewing people out in Halo,
Yeah.
just bullying people.
See, yeah, to a point it does make a difference. But like you said, when you get on sometimes it's just like I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just like
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy looks like dog shit. Voice acting's dog shit.
Mm.
But, like, game's fun.
Yeah, exactly. So, um another little one that I have is to try and play more indie games. I think It Takes Two, and it's kind of cheating because It Takes Two and Kenna Bridge of Spirits is kind of like they felt like AAA games. Um, but in a year where like Death's Door and stuff, that games that I really love that are technically indie games, because there was a lack of the big quadruple A PlayStation games, and falling in love with these indie games. It's just I want to try and play them a little bit more and um, invest more time into that as much as I can because this year is going to be stacked. But yeah,
So I think that's if I had to make like a one that doesn't involve sitting at this desk 40 hours a week, I think mine would be to play more indie games because I don't play like any now at all.
yeah,
I might play like 2 a year if that. So like that might be one I'll start looking at like Steam and all that shit and
yeah, yeah.
picking them off, you know?
Game Pass is perfect for it. Like going through
That too.
looking at Game Pass and just finding stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys. It's been a phenomenal year. I was so excited to start this. We're gonna have a new look next week. We'll be live again next Wednesday on Twitch at John Squared Games. So come hang out with us. We got a new look. We're gonna announce a
It
couple new things that we're doing. So
will be a new year, new us.
amen. Shout out everyone. We love you. Shout out all the horny gamers out there. Um,
Shout out.
and until next week and until next year, stay horny and stay hydrated. Peace.